Yo, yo, welcome to the Triple T for Knife Makers podcast. As always, I am your host, Dennis Tyrell from Tyrell Knifeworks, and I have Jerid Sandoval from Echo Blades. Jerid, how's it happening? How's it happening? How's it hanging? What's happening?
It's happening and hanging good, buddy. How about yourself?
Good. Honestly, I got to be honest, I kind of miss you.
What?
I barely talked to you this week. You've been gone. I'm missing Jerid here. I'm usually used to talking to you like every day or two. It's been weird.
Yeah, it has been. That's very sweet, by the way. That really touches my heart. Everybody, that's very, 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 very cool. Because I feel the same. I have been just like jet setting. I feel like all over the place, and then from Blade to Florida, and then back to work, and then just a quick stint back to work, and then I have had the honor and the privilege again to celebrate my 22nd wedding anniversary with my beautiful wife, Mrs. Echo Blades
Nice.
Lynn, and we shot out to a nice coastal town called Bodega Bay in the northern California, and spent 4 days at a beautiful lodge right on the coast. Patio view of the beach and the it was just a fantastic time. And, through the whole thing, I kept thinking to myself, like, so, I mean, and I've shared plenty of times about, my checkered, troubled past. Um, but celebrating 22 years um, with this woman it just kind of hit me pretty hard with how, I mean, I'm proud and of a lot of things um, superficially, but like truly and honestly, this family and the marriage we're in is one of the things that I'm most proud of because I didn't come from a family. I came from a broken up family like many of us have, and to be here and to be able to celebrate this weekend was just a really 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 cool thing, and yeah, so we had a great time, and I love you, Lynn. Thank you for putting up with my shit for all these years, you crazy lady.
She's a saint.
She is a saint by the true definition.
Yeah, I saw some of the pictures. Looks like you had a good time. You golfed, you fished. Tell me what else you did.
Yeah, I mean that's pretty much. So we had no plans. It was just chilling and hanging out and kind of enjoying the facility that we were at. And so we generally go to Monterey area, which is more southern, but still we always try to go to the coast because we live inland about, I don't know, what is it, 45 miles from San Francisco, and the temperatures are drastically different from the San Francisco Bay to where we are. So it's generally like 30 to 40 degrees cooler sometimes. So that's what we want to do. And so it was beautiful. It was like, I don't think it cracked 70 degrees the entire time we were there.
It was 104 here on
I
set.
know that's my kids were, calling us and stuff. And I was like, yeah, that sucks. So it was cool, but yeah, I just happened to be a golf course like right next door to where we were.
Does Lynn golf?
No, she
Oh,
doesn't.
dude, you
Yeah,
just golf.
I golfed. Yeah,
Okay.
so she's gone and hung out a couple times, but like I said, predominantly like the success for our marriage is, she does her thing, I do my thing, and we're okay with that, right? We don't always have to be, together doing shit all the time. I'm pretty sure that's not going to work for us. So, and when my son golfed, USGA golf, I don't know, it's been about 8 years now. We would go and she'd hang out in the cart while I got to caddy him while he did his thing. So I was just like, do you mind if we get up early one morning? And so I went over there to the golf course and checked in with them. And I was like, because I didn't have any clubs or anything. And I've never rented clubs ever. I mean, I've packed my clubs to Hawaii and taking them.
Really?
Yeah, have clubs will travel, type thing. So I
They
rented
look like pretty nice clubs, though.
yeah, they were nice, Titleist, whatever they are. I don't know. But yeah, they were decent. They were, it's like $50, and I got away with 9 holes, rented clubs, a cart, and the spectator. I had to buy balls, and it was $98.
That's really good.
It was a fucking steal, dude. I was like, wow, dude. They really took care of me. They were super nice. Um, so yeah, it was cool. Beautiful. Every hole had view of the ocean and stuff. It was it
That's
was
awesome.
it was
I th-
really cool.
I thought you were gonna say like 220 or something.
The day when I went to go find out, he was like, yeah, it's $75 around, $50 for the rental, $20 for the spectator, and I was like, fuck, I need balls, I need, um so I was thinking it was going to be closer to 200. So, but
Yeah,
it worked out great. It was beautiful. I golfed okay. So it was cool. I'm glad I didn't shit the bed with her watching me for the first time in years, because I did take some lessons a few years before COVID, and I spent pretty good amount of money. And she's like, well, it's good to see that that money with Glenn didn't go to complete waste. So
I'm fine at golf as long as I don't keep score. The second I put a pencil to that score pad, then everything becomes serious, and I lose my fucking mind, and then I just can't do it.
it's been that way for years now for me. Like I used to golf 3 times a week. I was keeping a handicap, and then I just things changed, but I kept showing. I think I shot a 47,
Oh,
46. So
that's not
not
bad.
too bad. It
That's
wasn't.
not bad.
Yeah, I lost quite a bit of balls, so that's where all that
Is
those.
it tough course?
It actually was pretty fair.
Oh,
It was pretty fair. It's really nice, really good condition. So that was really cool. I really enjoyed it. Um, and then as we were driving around the local area, we kept driving by this trout farm, and
I was wondering. You were at the coast, and I'm seeing you with trout. I'm like, what? Did you kill one in the pond with a ball?
yeah,
Like, what?
no, there was just this thing like just on the side of the road, and I drove past it like 4 times, and I was like, I want to do that. I was like, are you down to go, try that? And I figured it would be cool to, because I fish all the time. Well, I want to fish all the time, and the um the farms, you're like guaranteed to catch fish. So I rented one pole, and I let her do all the fishing, and a couple of them jumped on. It was a trip though. $30. It was like $15 for the pole, and another $10 or something for the additional person, plus the bait. But the key hanger was that it's not a catch and release. You
Yeah,
have to take
yeah, yeah.
what you
I
catch, and then they charge you by
the
the
inch.
length of the fish.
Yeah,
Yeah. So I was like, shit, so a couple
and
of
you got
them
to
I
keep
was,
everything right.
you have to, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So I
I've
was
heard
trying to
about these.
shake them off. I did shake. I figured, I was like, here. The funny part is, a couple times I try to get the fish on, so she could reel it in, and then so I did one time, and um, it
You
was, I
switch.
gave it to her to, like, for sure the fish was going to jump off because that always happens to me. No, she yanks that thing, and she's really she's everything was just freaking into the shore. So
You
that
should
was
have
cool.
switched to barbless hooks or something.
Yeah, I man, it was funny, but it was a good time, man. And we had a couple nice dinners, and just a lot of relaxing. They had this beautiful hot tub with like the infinity style view.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
I sent you a video of it, teasing you that it was way nicer than yours.
You did.
uh, but that was cool, and we did that most evenings. So it was cool, beautiful time. Again, no work, just decompression, and no kids, no dogs, no.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
gotta. I've never been to Bodega Bay, so you got to give me the name of this place, and I'm gonna take Kim some weekend.
dude, I highly recommend it. Like, the northern side, I've done all of it, but I've never really stayed out that way. We did Mendocino a few years ago. That was cool, but I'm not sure I'd really want to go back. And then so we just kind of threw a dart at this. Bodega Bay, but it was really nice. A lot of good
Nice.
seafood and everything was fried though.
Yeah.
Like you can only have so many fish and chips and you know uh, fish tacos and I mean maybe it sounds crazy, but I was begging for a salad, dude. So what did happen was we went past this place and it had a what the hell do you call it? I keep calling. You know me, right? I'm making names up all the time. I called it a cheese factory, but some place that makes cheese. Is there a name for that?
Cheese factory.
I think the cheesecake factory is what I keep mixing it up with.
Is what, a cheesery? I
A
don't know.
cheesery. That's what I was saying. Cheese. It was a cheese and a creamery. I don't fucking know. But so we got like a little cheese platter type thing. And man, I don't know, man. All of a sudden my sophistication like just kicked in
I
because
don't
we don't
believe it.
drink, right? So um wine and cheese, that whole joke and stuff goes out the window because we don't drink wine. But I
So
ended
you,
up ordering that. I ordered I call it a shart charcuterie board. Lynn was she was so embarrassed. I guess I think I ordered it that way. A shart. She's like, you don't shart your
depends how much cheese you have.
yeah. I mean that's the blocker, right? But yeah,
So,
so I had one of those, man. I really enjoyed it though. I've only laughed at people that eat those things. So I think I'm like, just graduating into another phase of my
uh,
life where
so you're sitting there eating cheese with your pinky up.
I did.
Okay.
That's what I said. Yeah, I put a post up, pinkies up today, folks. So it was cool,
Uh,
but it was a good time.
I don't know. I don't believe this sophisticated Jerid. I'm not buying it.
Yeah. But
Cool.
yeah, that happened. So
I'm feeling so weird since Blade Show. It's been surreal because I'm still like, you know, I'm at my final days on the day job. I've been um, I haven't touched a knife. Well, one knife, but I'll talk about that later. But barely have done anything knife making related except for like assemble sand sharks. So it's been weird, and haven't talked to you. So it's like I'm feeling like, I'm not getting stuff done in the shop, even though I'm trying to crank out these sand sharks this week
how's
and
that
next
going?
week. Um, 20 are packed
Oh
from
wow.
drop one. I'll have the other five packed probably tomorrow. So 25 will ship out Thursday, Friday. So drop one will ship out this week. And then over the weekend and into Monday. So before the July 4th weekend, I plan on shipping out drop two.
Wow, you've been busy.
Yeah, got all the parts from Jeff. He delivered the final parts because he delivered them in kind of waves. Um, yeah, so I luckily had Parker help me um, put in some hours, last week and um, over the weekend to help me get those things out. So, and I've just got like work. I've got a work event. I'm having my team over tomorrow for a little pool party, and just making sure everyone's good at the day job before I leave. So yeah, it's
That's
been
got to be
weird.
weird in itself. I
It
mean,
is like that's
this
the
is
main
this
part
is
of
the
it.
finality of it is all this Friday.
Yeah,
Oh wow. Yeah, that's got to be something, man. I couldn't. I think I would have a hard time trying to put that into words too, man.
yeah. And they did a little. I only most people in our only going to the office like Tuesday, Wednesdays. Well, we're having this pool party tomorrow for my team, and I'm having it for my team. But they had a cake and a decorations and farewell thing for me, and the whole office, was there for pictures and stuff. And it just felt like normally when someone leaves, it's like because they quit and they don't get a big cake and stuff, right? Because like, hey, you quit, you're an ass. But
Right.
retiring is different. So it's been, I don't know. it's just been weird to, um, yeah, it's a very strange feeling.
I can't imagine. I really can't. Like I quasi feel retired from having 9 days off for Blade in Florida, and then coming back for 1 week, and then leaving again for. I just had another 2 days off, but I just haven't been in the groove of like the daily day to day grind of work. And unfortunately, that's all going to come crashing down tomorrow. But it's thankfully to be a little bit of a short week. But
Back
yeah,
to
imagine
reality.
never having to go back. Never having to go back.
I know
That's awesome, man.
it's weird. I canceled the gardener today because hey, I'm home. I can cut the grass myself. Um, yeah, it's been weird. So
That's,
yeah.
there's a good joke there, but I'll tell my cousin. I'm sorry.
Oh, but
That's good.
the sand shark assembly stuff, it's literally taken over my shop. Like I'm trying to get them out so I have some room in the shop. Like you should see it. Every flat surface has had parts on it that
Oh,
are
it looks like my shop.
way worse. like like over by like the heat treating oven, like that whole table, both sides,
Oh
is like
wow.
motors on one side, control things on another on the other side, and then there's the parts that I'm waiting to put together, and it's like I gotta move these things out in order to make room, flat space to work on more. So it's been, yeah. That's why there was no triple T last week, because I couldn't work on it. Like I couldn't move in the shop, so it's not like I was going to be able to do any work on a knife.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Which I finally, I'll get into that now since I mentioned it. So um, and there will be a video this week, so I'll do the video. So I'm working on the intermediate series. I heat treated the it's a W2 knife with a hamon. Heat treated it, seemed to go fine. The hamon just is tons of action on the hamon, like really big, swoopy. Hamon looks great. It's kind of
Do you
wispy
use
in
the
areas.
clay? I don't remember.
Yeah,
You use the clay? Okay.
yeah. And so I was really happy with it. I start grinding. I find a crack that's like 3/4 of an inch long in the center of the blade.
Oh no.
It's fucked. So it so I ended up in the video, like I'm like, okay, I'm going to etch it, show you guys what the hamon would look like, and snap it so that we can look inside and see the grain. But yeah, bummer. So I
What
don't
do
know
you
when I'm,
think?
this is, of all of the knives that I've ever had crack, probably 80% of those have been differentially heat treated.
Okay.
It's just that it's so much more stress on the blade, because the edge of the blade, like a differential heat treat means the edge of the blade is hard, so it's moving at a different rate than the spine, right? Like it, that
It broke right at that
yeah,
where the differentiating
yeah,
spots meet.
yeah, it kind of
Yeah.
broke off where some of the clay went down a little further than elsewhere, and it, like, it's just comes with the territory.
Hmm.
And I'll mention that in the video. But you know would it, and the thing is, it came out of the quench and it was perfectly straight, and like I was through like 80% of the, well, maybe, yeah, 75% of the final grinding before I saw the crack.
Hmm. So it
So
was
it
deep.
was, oh, it was right through. Like, the crack is
Uh,
like, it goes through both sides.
but it didn't show up until you got in
I
there.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't notice it until, because
Gotcha.
it's kind of goes with the grind lines,
Uh,
like it's right,
okay.
because if the blade's this way, it's
Yeah, yeah,
so
yeah.
it kind of, I didn't see it until I got down to like really fine doing the edge. So that sucked, but certainly not a viable knife. So it had to be destroyed and snapped. But what can you do, right?
No, I mean it happens, right?
Yeah. So I'll start again. I think I had a little too much. Like the clay came down a little too far, so I do want to watch that next time and just keep the hamon a little closer to the spine. But yeah, if I can clear out the shop enough, I might take a day and reforge one and just restart the series.
So you're
So
gonna do the triple T on this
yeah, I've already
this
recorded.
situation.
Yeah, this
Gotcha.
situation. So this week's
Yeah.
video will be, you know, that the heat treat and everything that came out of it. It'll be a short video because there's not a ton to talk about. But then I'll probably re-record. I don't know if I'm going to go through the whole. Hey, I showed you forging. I might just, you know, not film it, go all the way through to like, you know, hey, here's the new hamon. I mean, here's the new clay. We're gonna heat treat it and then get right back to the grinding kind of thing.
Right.
So I'll see what I do, but yeah, but that
Yeah.
it that was it was such a nice profile, and I was really loving it, but that sucks.
Did you just kind of like free-handed, or did it was it based off one of your? I think you was a hunter, right?
No, it was a buoy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, it was gonna because it was gonna have a guard. It was gonna be it's in the intermediate series, so it was showing how
Oh,
to
that's right. I'm
set the
tripping.
guard and
Yeah.
do a hidden tan.
Okay.
So
Yeah, I
so
think
that
this whole thing of things not being like as we're used to them, like from the triple T's to to our podcast, it was really cool. And I apologize because it this week was 100%. The delay was on me. I was going to try to do the podcast from the hotel, but um last night I was just like, nah, I don't want to break free from doing the things that we were
yeah,
hanging out and doing our thing. So
and
but
you should have.
I
It's
couldn't. Yeah, I mean it was the right thing to do, but I got some messages from people, and it really feels good. And I wanted to share with you too, is like, you know people were like, hey, what's going on? Are you guys, is it gonna be late again, or like, and I think it was Crafty Man goes, man, you guys have really become a part of my Tuesday morning routine. Like,
that's
the
awesome.
show wasn't out. Yeah, so I was like, and I had a handful of people do the same thing. So I thought that was really cool, because again, I we're doing this thing, and it's just something that we do. And I think we've talked about it before with the lack of like feedback, um not being instantaneous, because we just record, press go, and then it's gone. And it's not like an Instagram post where you post and either people you get likes or you don't, right? Okay, that shit sucked, or oh, okay, that was decent. But when you guys do engage us and send us messages and stuff like that, that was really cool, man. And kind of validates what we're doing, and um, makes all these long nights into the late evening. No, I'm kidding. It's really not that bad, but it makes it all worth it, so that was cool.
Yeah, I even got messages about not having a triple T this week or wait last week.
Yeah, I mean, you've
Um,
been like solid for like years.
this is the first time I've ever missed 2 weeks, and I think in since I started triple T's, I've only missed like 2 or 3 weeks.
Yeah,
Um, Usually, even if I'm going on vacation, I pre-record one so that I can um, have it. And I just because of Blade Show, that just threw everything for a loop. And having a vacation the week after Blade Show,
yeah,
just kind of you're working, and I mean you're working so hard up to Blade Show, and then having a week off after Blade Show just
yeah,
threw everything into the ether, like it
yeah,
it was crazy. So
yeah. Well, we appreciate the patience, and again the support and all that stuff. So we should be back to regular schedule here after this week. Nothing crazy happening for a while. So
And I got to tell you, I am so excited to. It's like it's great that these sand trucks are going out, and I'm happy that they're doing well. And I've already got people like drop 1 and 2 are sold out. I've got people asking when is it going to go actually on sale, and I'm like, I got to get these out first. It's probably going to be mid to late July when they will be actually available for sale. There'll be an actual, and I want those made before they go on sale.
Right. You want to have an
Yeah,
inventory. Yeah.
but I'm excited to get back to knife making. Like I've got, I'm so excited to focus on YouTube builds
Right.
because honestly, I've been really pretty lax on builds for YouTube. Like the
Yeah.
last build I did was the Viking challenge, and that was months ago now.
Yeah.
So I really want to focus on like all of the. I've got a bunch of commissions already kind of in the books. Um, uh, I'll be doing videos for all of those, and some of those are pretty cool commissions. So I was doing one up in knife print the other day, and I'm super excited about that one. So yeah, I'm. That's what I'm really excited about is getting back to like cool knife builds that I think would make good videos and that people will be excited about.
Nah. Yeah. Me too. I completely relate though, because I have not tonight was the first time I've stepped foot in my shop since I left for Atlanta.
Wow.
The first time, like I guess I walked in there a couple times, but just turned around and walked right back out because it was hotter than Hades. But and I knew I just didn't have time to do anything,
Yeah,
So,
yeah,
um, but yeah, what's weird is like when you're away from making for whatever reason, right? And there's been a handful of times, but for me, anyways, I get busy or things happen. You know, I tend to have like this like romance with in my head about like what I want to do or like plans and like and it just kind of reinforces like how much this is ingrained in my life. Like it's a part of me now, right? It's not just it's still a hobby. It's still a the beginnings of a business and all that stuff too. But it's still a passion, right? And I think that what you're experiencing, what I'm experiencing, is just the lack of us having the opportunity to like fulfill that that desire to to create and to make and I think that's wonderful and I hope all of our listeners, all two of you, you guys
I think we're up to
you
3 by now.
oh maybe, yeah, maybe, welcome to the third guy. That you guys get to experience that stuff too, because I've been jealous as bad word that I've been seeing people that I was just hanging out with, they're already putting new work out and,
Yeah,
and I'm just like, oh, and I'm jonesing and I'm itching and,
I feel
so,
the same. I totally feel the same. And I'm like, got to get these sand sharks done. I got to focus. I cannot go making knives, but I really want to.
yeah. So what I did was because I took 4 knives to blade, um, one didn't come home. And so I had 3. So I took them into the shop or into my office on, I don't know, one day last week and showed them to a couple people, and I sold one to a buddy on the phone. I just took a picture and is like, oh man, I want that the one of the pear cutters. And then somebody bought the Intrepid, um, the what was it, the Odie micarta with red
Mhm. That was a nice
liners.
one.
Yeah, and so I got to you know segue into utilizing one of our sponsors' products, Pelican Paste. And if you are out looking for some premium wax, definitely go check out Travis Haynes at pelicanpaste.com for all of your wax needs. He's got hard wax, soft wax, hand solve for all that rejuvenating juju, for the people that are actually in the shop, not like me and Dennis, but, that are working with your hands. He just released some more of the hand solve. And So I got to go in and lather that thing up with some pelican oil and just shine it back up, and it just looks so nice right now. I'm ready to deliver that thing tomorrow. So but if you are going to go to pelicanpaste.com, make sure you use the discount code triple T10. That's TTT10 for 10% off your next order.
Nice. Yeah, I got
Yeah.
some of that soft pelican paste because I think I've only ever used the hard stuff. I didn't realize I've never tried the soft stuff, so I'm anxious to give
I
that a
am
shot.
too. I was listening to Travis on the Hustle and Grind, and Noah was kind of giving his take on the hard and the soft wax, and yeah, it's always good to hear the different uses and applications and preferences of you know different makers, but yeah, I'm actually interested to try the soft wax as well, because I've only used the hard and then the oil too. So I think the next one I do is going to have that.
Yeah, well, since I will be having to remake the intermediate series knife, I will definitely be using my Two Bastards Fat Peen hammer to
Mm,
bang that sucker out. Hopefully next
mm.
week.
Grip
We'll
it and rip
see.
it, my friend. Grip it and rip it.
uh, it was really really good to talk to Frank and Nita at Blade Show. They're so cool, uh, and he's a pretty dapper dresser. And I've never seen anyone wear a kilt with a vest and a tie. So he is a smart looking guy, and makes great hammers. So go if you need yourself an awesome forging hammer. Go check out. Two Bastards, Texas Smithy, and supplies for all of your hammer needs.
Yep, absolutely. I am about to schedule the my buddy to get out here to actually fix that, get the electrical stuff um, situated, so I can get my induction up, so I can get busy with.
Yeah,
You know what?
go
Go
ahead,
ahead.
go ahead.
No, 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 no. Go ahead.
I was excited the other day because I'm teaching a class right in another when 20th. I have like three guys coming for classes this month in July. They're all for different classes, so they'll all be one on one. But one of them is going to be a forging class, like my regular knife making class,
Mm-hmm.
and but it's on the 20th and the 21st. And I'm warning these, like this guy in particular, because the other two Damascus class, but this guy, I'm like, look, we're going to be using the induction forge, and we're going to be closing the door. You're probably not going to get to learn heat treating out of the forge. You're just going to have to learn that on your own. It's just, if it's 100 degrees outside, it's just, it's going to suck balls. Like there's no one is going to have a good time in a forging class when it's 104 degrees.
No.
But so if I'm going to have students using the induction forge, I want the coils, you know, if you don't know, if you take a piece of metal into the induction forge, into the coil, and you touch multiple parts of the coil with a piece of metal, it will spark and it
Pop.
kind of and pop, and it kind of scares the shit out of you. And it actually can damage the machine if you do it enough or long enough. So I'm like, I wanted some of that fiberglass sheathing because
Sure.
the one that came with it has the fiberglass sheathing. So I bought the stuff is cheap. It's like $12 for like 20 feet or something like that. It's really cheap. The problem is the coils have flared ends, and it has the the flare connector on it already. So you can't get that stuff on it. I tried. So I'm like, how hard could it possibly be to flare copper? And then I'm like, of course, YouTube, how to flare, blah, blah. So I ended up like, Amazon buying the little flare kit, which was like $17. And I found out, I remember that I already have some copper tubing. So I practiced on some, then just ground off the flare, removed the thing, put the stuff on, um, reflared it, works perfectly. And then I'm like, screw it, I'm just going to make some coils. And I actually ended up making um, a coil for the induction forge. It's really not that hard, and I think I paid $20 for that copper tubing, and I could
Hmm.
probably make, I don't know, 5 coils out of it.
Nice.
So yeah, I'm on it.
Awesome.
I'm on it. Coils are easy.
There you go. Well, that's really cool. Yeah, because I used the induction to make the copper scoop,
Hmm.
and I did arc it, and it scared the shit out of me. Yeah, that's no joke, right? I mean, and I'm not. I'm a bit of a bitch, right? Dennis will tell you.
Just a little.
I got no, like I said, I got no shame. I'm all good. I proudly wear my Crocs, and um,
Bobby, this is the picture I want. Jerid getting scared from the induction forge arcing.
I don't know, dude. The one that he just did today was my favorite, hands down, dude. The He revised the first one to put the Pit Viper flip ups
Oh,
on
he
it.
did? Oh, I
Oh,
didn't
he
see.
did, yeah. So I got them. They're open just like they were on there, and then he put a pair on the Gator too. So it's fantastic, dude.
I didn't see that because I put a comment that he should have put your
Yeah, and then
famous
he
flip
said,
up.
"Dennis asked, and I will not disappoint."
Oh, I'm pissed
And
that I missed it.
yeah, so that's the revised final one, and it's freaking awesome, man. So yeah,
Yeah, he could put another picture of me being really old and retired behind you as you arc your
yeah,
ass off on the
I
induction
was fucking,
forge.
yeah, I jumped pretty good though. So
I've done it myself. I've scared the shit out of myself before because you
yeah,
do it like when you get a little complacent when you're using it a lot,
yeah,
and like it doesn't happen for whatever 20 minutes, and then you just kind of forget about it, and then you arc it. And I arced one pretty bad when I was forging that knife, and yeah, it scared
well, if it scared you, then it's real. So there you
me.
go, guys.
That's right.
Yeah, that's
So you sold 2 knives. That's awesome.
yeah. I sold 2 knives, man. I was like, it's like, I think last week or whenever it was, I was talking about how like the emotional roller coaster of trying to sell knives, and the not smart move that I have, and it's not, and I joke about being, with Seth being super badass, and then you being on the other side, and me having my little, you know, I say shit in between.
Come on.
But it's, I'm joking, in all seriousness, right? It's not good, but it really doesn't matter, right? It's just the emotional journey, because I care, right? Because I'm so invested in wanting to be successful, wanting to, put stuff out that people want, and have, usable tools, and it just kind of speaks to the passion that, which we were talking about earlier, um, but it was a bit of a bummer, right? And then I realized, though, it's like, who cares? I go home and I'll put it up on Instagram, or I'll just do my thing, and I showed it off to a couple of people, because I was telling somebody not too long ago that my total number of knives is not a lot. Like, I'm around 30, so I don't ever have inventory, right? So I'm always talking to people, telling people I'm doing this stuff, but they're like, "Would you ever have?" I'm like, "Shut the fuck up." It takes a while, it's hard work.
You-
I always
you-
tease people and tell them, just the longer you wait, the better off you're going to be, because I'm getting better every time, So
You're just that exclusive. You got to get on the list.
yeah, that's it. Yeah. So I actually had, 3 or 4 to show that I'm like, "Hey, these are available," and they're like, "Oh, cool. Yeah, yeah, yeah." Dude, what a great feeling. What
That's
an
awesome.
absolutely great feeling. And I'm excited to, like you said, just to get back and do more. And that brings up like something I've been wanting to talk about for a couple weeks. So I sold a knife to a buddy of mine back in October. So um I had the opportunity to make a knife, and for my buddy's wedding, and they ended up using it to cut their wedding cake.
Cool.
and that was super cool. So that one was called the Cake Cutter. My buddy Ryan um, has an affinity for panini, so we affectionately called that one the Panini Cutter. And that was a Santuco stainless steel, just AEBL, um, and he got that to him, I think, in November. So we were just talking the other day, and he told me, he goes, Jerid, I have not sharpened that knife. It doesn't need to be sharpened, and I have used it every day. Like he lives in the mountains in Arizona. So you think Arizona, you think desert and hot, and he lives up in the high elevation, so it
Oh, like
snows. And so I
Flagstaff.
always tease him. He's not actually in Arizona, but yeah, he's always cooking, and I can't. It was really awesome to get you know feedback like that. That you know, it's a daily user. It's still the edge is still there. It's still cutting, and after 200 some days, that was really cool. I was
That's awesome.
yeah, it was really cool. And then I got a picture from somebody this weekend where they were out camping, and they had this big ass catfish. I mean, it was those catfish are huge anyways, right? But yeah, he was gutting and cleaning catfish. So I had echo blades covered in blood, and I was just like, "Fuck yes!"
IG is gonna love that one.
I didn't put it up yet, but it was just awesome, man. So getting some good feedback from people. So and the other guy there, um, he put an order a few months back, and he was like, "Well, since I didn't have mine, I had to have so and so step in." And so I was like, "Okay, all right, I get it. I'll wrap that up here in the next couple weeks." So
Time to start cranking them out.
yeah, got to get busy.
You
So
got to take a page from Brent Baldman's book and start cranking them out.
man, I'm still reeling from what a great time that was hanging, just because Brent's like my people, right? And like we had a great time just hanging out, but I still am bummed that we had all that rain, and
Yeah,
we lost out on like all the shop time, because we had that I think it was one night. But that dude's a machine, guys. I mean, he is a machine. And he sells his knives sell because they're awesome, but they sell consistently because he makes them. It's just the process is just it's a thing of beauty, man. Because I always bust his balls. I'm like, you were not doing this stuff this fast, like And he was like, bullshit. Watch, and we cranked one out right there, and just watching the whole thing, and it's just a solid process to create a solid product is the recipe for success. And my buddy Brent's got it. So shout out, buddy.
my mini albatross. I think that's what I ordered. Should be arriving any day now.
I love it. I
So
love
that's
it.
the small one with the full flat.
That's the Oakland A's one.
Not the Oakland A's. The one I ordered has the camo handle.
No. I'm saying, but that's the model. That knife with the Oakland
Oh,
A's handle.
yeah,
That's the model.
yeah.
That's the mini albatross.
But is yours have a saber grind or is it a full flat?
No, the mini albatross has a full flat.
Okay, yeah, that's the one I ordered. I
Yep.
like that one,
Yeah.
and it's got a really short blade.
Yeah. It's like
Yeah,
two, just a little over two or something like that.
yeah,
It's a good slicey.
yeah. But
So
yeah, I wanted to pick one up at the show, but I just never got over there.
yeah, I have a lot of that.
Yeah,
If I could
I
redo Blade Show now, I would do like things entirely different.
I felt like I spent more time at the table this year than I did in previous shows, even when it was. And the funny thing is, it was three of us. So you think we would have had more? At least I would have had more time to go. And there was many times when all three of us were at the table.
Yeah, a
So
lot.
yeah, a lot of it. So it was weird, and I felt like I missed so much of the show this year. But I mean, it was cool. I wasn't I think I saw pretty much everybody I wanted to see, except there's a few tables I think I missed. But you
Yeah.
know,
Yeah,
But
same.
when I got back, finally, when I got back, it was really like last week. Finally got my ass in gear, took pictures of all the knives that didn't sell at Blade, and then sent out my very first newsletter from the website.
I'm
And
curious. Tell me how'd it go?
it went great. And really, it was just sand tigers and silver tips. Oh, and I have the two chef knives. But sent that out and realized there's like 1,450 people on that distribution list.
Oh, that's
So,
amazing.
I,
Yeah.
well, and it's like everyone that's interacted with the website. And honestly, like I don't curate that list very well. So it could just be people who have sent me messages, who ever looked at the, I don't totally understand how, you know, what those are, and I need to curate the list a little bit. But three knives sold the next day,
Wow, that's awesome.
which is like great because I had to do nothing except wrap them up and ship them. So
That's cool, man.
yeah, all three were sand tigers. So
Awesome.
that is definitely. I'll do more of those over the silver tips, I think, from now on, because those do seem to be a little more popular. Um, but yeah, I was happy about that. Shipped out those three, and yeah. But now I'm itching to do a big complex build.
Yeah.
Um, I've got a really cool, like a curvy, almost like a Persian, um, Persian-esque buoy with. You, you ever seen like the guards where the guard actually is like really wide, so much that when you're pinching the knife, the guard is like over your finger. You know what I mean? Like it's almost like a bolster and a guard at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like an integral guard bolster. So it's part of the handle. You understand what
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
trying?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I want to do one of those because I've never done one.
Okay.
So that's going to be an upcoming knife, and I think I'm going to use the a piece of the bloom steel from the Smelt Team 6 guys
Oh, nice.
as cladding over top of like Damascus. So I think that's what I'm going to do. And this one is also going to have hollow grinds, which it might amaze some people that I have never done a hollow grind.
Me neither. But yeah, that is kind of a interesting.
Yeah, it'll have a double hollow, like a really big false edge with a hollow, and maybe it'd be a real edge. I don't know. And then a primary bevel with like a hollow grind. So yeah, I'm pretty jazzed about it. Actually, just it's been a really long time since I designed a knife and knife print, so that got me all revved up and yeah, ready to go.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So I
So
had a a message and a follow from somebody, which I just thought it was kind of full circle. So um, I definitely wanted to make sure that I brought it up. But we have a new podcast that just started called "What's Cooking in the Shop." Underscore podcast is the IG handle. Um, so make sure you go check that out, give them a follow, and do all that stuff. But it's JMod Knives and at Cooper dot State Forge, and they're doing a podcast about making handcrafted cookware and the food, um, and all the stuff that you make and cook with the shop in the kitchen. Jesus, sorry. I haven't had a chance to check it out, but they reached out and were asking for feedback, and I had the opportunity, which I thought was just like I said, full circle type of thing. Was like, hey, welcome to the podcasting community. Good luck. Let us know if we can help. And I just it just for whatever reason that hit me like a ton of bricks. Like uh, really, really, really cool. And I was really, really excited. I don't know much about either of those guys, but I'm interested in supporting and other people out there trying to get after it and do it. And So wishing you guys luck, and wanted to make sure that we gave you a shout out and told our three listeners to get out there and go give them a listen. I'm excited to actually to take a peek at it. So
Yeah, I saw that their podcast IG followed me too. So yeah, I'm gonna go take a look.
yeah.
But
So
well, since we're talking about IG, why don't we go over our maker spotlight?
oh yeah, good. Go ahead, you do yours because I got a cool story with mine. It's kind of
Um, I have one, and I couldn't believe that I wasn't following because I know I've seen the pictures of this guy's work on Instagram, and I don't know why, but um, Denelli Armories, and Armories is spelled like the Canadian spelling, Armouries, and it's Denelli, Danelli. So Denelli Armories. Um, this guy, incredible. Like that's all I can say. He does swords, and just the latest one, like that's my jam. Like looking at the guard, um, the the hilt. I don't know, whatever, like whatever. It's got a kind of basket hilt on it. I love this blade. The blade, like the the handle, the guard on that thing is really sexy, really really impressive. And then I go down and I'm looking at all these swords that he's done, and a couple I've seen before. Like I'm seeing military esque sabers, and then it gets into like the crazy basket hilt um, rapiers, and like this guy's just on another level when it comes to swords. So go check him out. He's got uh, almost 800, sorry, 8,950 followers. Well, 8,946. Um, just amazing stuff. You want to see some like mind blowing swords? Go check this guy out.
dude for real. All the vibe I'm getting right now is my name is Inigo Montoya. You killed my father. Prepare to
To
die.
die.
Prepare to die.
Oh,
And the man with the six fingers, he slashed my father's throat. I dedicated my life to the art of fencing.
I can't tell if you sound like the Godfather or Inigo Montoya.
That is exactly him. My name is Inigo Montoya. You killed my father. Prepare to die.
Oh, Jerid.
Yes. Whoa, fantastic movie, dude. This guy's stuff is just off the charts, insane.
Yeah,
But I'm totally getting the Inigo Montoya vibe here.
yeah,
But yeah, mind blowing. I've never heard of him, and I just followed him. So thank you for sharing that.
yeah. I mean, if you're into swords, go take a look.
Yeah, I don't even think you have to be into swords
No,
to
true.
appreciate
It's
this
just
stuff. This is just amazing work. Yeah.
all right. Who
All
you
right.
got?
So this weekend, my wife and I were talking, and I had just made the coffee scoop, the copper one, and it's just she offhandedly mentions that she bought a wooden spoon, and I'm like, whoa, 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 wait, like you just bought a spoon, like you didn't talk to me or like let me know, and she's like, I don't have to tell you about what I do, I'm like, yeah, that's not what I'm saying, Lynn. That's not what I'm saying. But I was like, I am immersed in a maker's community, right? And like, I would be totally like, it would make me feel weird if we didn't like, support our community and like buy handmade, product from somebody that we support and follow their work and stuff. And she's like giving me this like weird, she goes, yes, I know. And I'm like, okay. So I'm like, all right, so you bought it from a maker? And she's like, yes, Jared, I bought it from a maker. I'm like,
I could
okay.
just see your face as she
Oh
told
yeah.
you
And
this.
it wasn't like nice. It was like, she was gonna stab me. Uh and I go, okay, now if there's one name of someone that makes wooden spoons, like if you did not purchase this from this person, like I'm gonna be upset. And
Right?
she goes, well, who do you think it was? I said, Cowa Jeanette. And she goes, yes, that's who I bought it
So,
from. Now take your baby nuts and go walk in the corner and stuff.
did she ask somebody? How did she know?
She follows her.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, because Lynn has the Mrs. Echo Blades Instagram account, and she follows makers and
Nice.
and does her own thing there. So yeah, she brought a black walnut coffee scoop wooden spoon from Cowa Jeanette, and it was here when I got home, waiting for us. So I have now had the opportunity to hold and see a piece of her work, and man, it is fantastic. It is so beautiful. It's lighter than I thought. I don't know why, but
You're used to the copper spoons, that's why.
yeah. Well, I mean, even like the wooden, I don't know. I just I figured they'd had like some heft, but again, I don't know the woodcraft um, uh, trade at all, right? So like I'm a novice and definitely not the not in my wheelhouse. So that is who I have for my maker spotlight. It is Kawa Joannette. God, what is this? It's CAWOJOANNETT. I thought there was
Cowaging.
some underscore. I thought there was some underscores and stuff in there, but it's not. So yeah. And she's got 21,900
Damn.
followers, so she's banging this stuff pretty damn good. So make sure you go follow her and support her work, like my beautiful wife did. And I am pleased to have a piece of her work in our home. So
That's awesome. I want to see
yeah,
it. Yeah,
yeah, I'll definitely show you.
awesome. Well, that's good. Cool, cool. Um, well, let me finish off our sponsor reads here by talking about Maritime Knife Supply. Uh,
Mm,
no one in the knife community is more at this point, I think, well known about doing stuff is Mr. Lawrence Lake at Maritime Knife Supply. That man
agreed.
is everywhere.
He is.
So get yourself, whether it's steel, whether it's handle material, pins, G10, stabilized Olegs, stabilized wood blocks, whether it's tooling. Every time I think of something, I'm amazed that Lawrence already carries them. Like he even carries carbide platens, which I didn't even know. We were talking about this at Blade Show.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
so you need a carbide platen. Go get one at Maritime Knife Supply. So he's got everything you need. Quick shipping over here to the U.S. And of course supplies anything over to Canada as well. So
Yep.
go check
Just
out Maritime Knife
just
Supply.
restocked heat treating foil too as well.
Nice.
Like a lot of it. Like I'm watching this reel right now and there's a lot of it. So if you were looking for some, make sure you go out and grab some of that. And yeah, belt restocks too. But and Lawrence is one of the coolest dudes around. And make sure you go check him out.
Yeah, I actually got the only color of G10 pin uh, that I need is white. I don't have any. Actually, do you have white G10 pins?
I don't know.
If you do, and you're the next time you come over, bring me like a 2 inch
Yeah.
piece of because I want to do that knife for my own kitchen that is got white liners, but I wanted to have white pins, and I don't have any white pins. So
Yeah,
anyway,
I actually don't know.
yeah, I'll
That's
probably
a
just order some. I got to put an order in anyway.
Yeah, if I do, definitely not a problem. But hmm, that was
So
interesting. So I I had a couple people. Hold on one second. I'm gonna segue on here. So
go
I
ahead.
got a message from a buddy of mine who was in Seattle, and I'm laughing because I think it's cool, but I think it's also funny. Is he sends me a pic and he goes, "Hey, dude, I just found this sticker in the bathroom at Jack's Barbecue in Seattle." And I read the text before I saw the picture, and it's of Lawrence Maritime Knife Supply. And so I'm thinking this is really
In the
cool, but I'm thinking
bathroom.
that it's really awesome that it's in a bathroom. So
You know that was Lawrence. He puts those
yeah,
stickers.
it just
He puts that shit on everything
yeah, it's probably not like the little fucking piss mitt, Maritime Knife Supply piss mitts.
for a good time. Call Lawrence Lake.
Yeah, that's what I was laughing. I was like, "Did you put his name over the sticker? Because that would have been fantastic." But he didn't. So from Nova Scotia all the way to Seattle. I mean, that's as far apart as you can get. Our buddies being represented in bathrooms all over the country.
Uh,
I
oh, maybe
couldn't.
Bobby wants to do that.
Oh goodness gracious! I couldn't pass that one up, man. I was like, "Oh, this is gold here." That was our buddy Derek Miles just sent me that. So he's been traveling all over the place too. So, um, and then I also wanted to say because while I was in Florida and I was hanging out with Toby, he was giving me a rash of shit about my Crocs, right? So finally, I had to look at him. I said, "Hey, I just need you to understand that you're not going to hurt my feelings. Like, you can call me whatever name you want. Like, I am totally comfortable, and I am okay. I get it. It's not your thing." But so he was laughing because obviously there's some really quick offhand less than masculine jokes that you could make about somebody wearing Crocs, right? But later on, we were sitting down and we were talking, and he was telling me about this movie from a while back called
Idiot.
Idiocracy. Yeah.
And it's so funny because before you tell it, there's a guy on Instagram that did a post that describes this, and I think that's what he saw.
Why this was before this, but I don't know if there. So I've had like 3 or 4 people send me this post. So I reached out to Toby and I was like, dude, like I heard this from you. We were just like randomly talking. He wasn't talking about Instagram. He was just saying that he remembered the movie and how everybody's gone, very simplistic, we'll say, in the future. And they
Have you
picked a
seen?
shoe.
Have you
I haven't
seen?
seen it. No,
Okay,
I had
let,
no idea what he was talking
let,
about.
let me describe the movie if
Okay.
folks haven't seen the movie. So in the movie, it's one of the Wilson brother, not Owen Wilson, but Luke Wilson, goes basically he gets frozen, whatever, wakes up, it's like whatever,
300 years or
so yeah,
something.
something
Yeah.
like that. And everyone has devolved because basically everyone has got stupid, right?
Yeah.
Because the whole world, everyone has gotten stupid just because of the way it's all about, like, politics and like political correctness, and everything is just blown out of proportion. And in the movie, everyone is dumb. No one knows how to do anything. There's trash everywhere because no one. It's basically the de-evolution of society. That's
Yeah,
what.
right. They like live with like a screen over their face, and that's like
Yeah,
all they do, right? They have
yeah,
glasses or some shit like
yeah.
that.
And it's comedy, of course.
Yeah. So they pick the producers and the makers of the movie decide to um, put everybody in a shoe, and that would be so ridiculous and it's so god awful that that nobody would be wearing them in our world, in our time right now. And the Crocs were the shoes that they picked. So ta-da, here
And,
we
but
are.
but this is, let me explain. So this is before the company Crocs really took off.
Yeah.
So basically, this is like almost like a preview of Crocs before they ever became. the phenomenon that they are now. So
That's right.
the
That's
movie
right.
Idiocracy about the de-evolution of society is how Crocs became famous.
2006 that movie came out.
Right.
That's crazy.
So basically, if you wear Crocs, you're devolved. That's all I took from that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was going to send you that same article, but I figured I was going to talk about it on the podcast, and then I saw that you had that in the notes. So I thought,
Yeah, no, my buddy Toby already hooked me up and educated me while he was calling me names. So
speaking of Toby, I was listening to Fire and Steel this morning, and I'm listening, and Jerid Echo Blades is the first one that he talks about. It was great to meet Jerid. He's such a cool guy. And I'm listening and I'm listening, and he's mentioning all these people. And fucking 40 minutes later, I'm like, that fucker's not even going to mention me. That's it. I'm going to cancel my patronage. And then finally, he redeemed himself and he did mention. Um, I think it was more of an afterthought, but whatever, Toby.
that's fucking awesome. See, I love that guy. That's that is perfect. It's you got to come down here with the normal folk, Dennis. You bring your Mexican Cato up with you, and now all of a sudden I'm taking the show. There we go.
That's it. I'm not bringing you anywhere.
Oh, that's awesome. I fucking laughed really hard when I saw that. And I haven't got a chance to listen to it. So I haven't listened to any podcasts in weeks now. So I'm super actually no, I did. I snuck in the hustle and grind with Travis. But
I haven't listened. That was the first one that I've listened to, period. I haven't listened to anything since I've been back to Blade. That was the first one because I
oh,
was
that's
driving
cool.
to work this morning and needed something to listen to. So,
Nice.
yeah. And
Yeah,
then I
they
got
got
on to listening The Hustle and Grind with Fader. I was listening to that one,
yeah, I was
which
just
is really
saying
good.
they had that I saw that one came out too. So
Yeah. I got to
I'm
go back and
excited.
listen to the Travis one as well.
Yeah. Dude, I'm stoked for them. They were doing their thing, moving and shaking, and the guest pool that we saw, that I just witnessed, kind of them putting together, just good for you guys, man. You guys are killing it, man. And
Yeah. They're rocking it right now.
yeah, I mean, just good stuff. Full great listens all the way through, and great guests, and even more great guests, to come, and getting Fader too, who doesn't do any podcasts. So I'm excited to hear that one too. So
Yeah. It was pretty
um,
good. I'm like a third of the way through it, but it was pretty good.
nice, 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 nice.
Yeah.
Well,
All right, man. You got anything else to talk about?
um, no, possible, possible,
Possible?
maybe
Maybe.
cliffhanger. We may have a super huge announcement and something really cool next week, but that's just
Oh.
maybe, I don't know. Could all just be fake, but you'll have to tune in next week on Tuesday morning because Jerid will have his shit together. And
Is that the surprise? We're actually going to release an episode on time?
fuck you. I did want to say that I I listen back every now and again to what we do, and for whatever reason, well, last week I just had this like feeling that while I was telling my Florida adventure that I used the F word a lot, and I was right. So
So you've been checking yourself tonight? Is that what I'm
I've been
hearing?
trying to be a little bit more conscious of it. So it's not that I'm
That's
anything
what
different.
happens when you go to Florida. You start, talking like a sailor.
No, I talk like a sailor pretty when I'm having fun and just telling a story like that. That's what you're gonna hear. But it was a lot, so I'm gonna
Oh
just
well,
just be mindful of it. Not that I have any issues with cussing at all, but it was like fucking this, fucking that, fucking this, fucking that, fucking this. I was like, other words, Mister Sandoval. Like,
that's a good segue. I didn't put it down, but talking about comment of the week, I had and it was a really nice comment. It was a guy saying, love what you do. Basically, you're like, he said, you're like the Mr. Rogers of explaining knife terms. I'm like, you should listen to the podcast. I would not describe myself as Mr. Rogers. He's way too wholesome.
You guys look alike though, same age.
I need the blue sweater vest and the shoe to throw.
Oh my god, would you be my neighbor? I've always wanted to live in a neighborhood with you.
I prefer the Mr. Robertson's Neighborhood skit from Saturday Night Live.
There you go. See, you are a scumbag. I love it. That's what I love about you, buddy. Keep them fooled on YouTube. Come to Triple T podcast for bad language and poor tasteful jokes.
At least we don't abuse our listeners like they do on Fire and Steel. Maybe we should try that. It seems to work.
I'm excited to start listening because, like I said, I hadn't listened to it before. So
see, Toby, you're mentioning Jerid first, and he's not even a listener, and I'm a patron.
Yeah, but I'm cooler. I mean, it's just that easy, man. I mean, Besides, we're friends. We hung out. We had
that's
lots of conversations and talks. You're just
I can hear a little bit of Aussie/UK accent because you've been hanging around him so long.
Yeah, that fucker said tattoo. I still, out of all the fucking things I heard him say, he's talking about getting a tattoo, and he said, "Yeah, I'm gonna get a tattoo." And I was like,
I didn't
"Wait
even know what you were saying."
Yeah, I was like, "Stop." What did you just say? He goes, "I said tattoo." I said, "No, you did not say tattoo. You said tattoo."
Well, he's got the UK/Aussie. I even busted him at Blade Show. I'm like, wait, you're Australian, but you live in the UK, and I can't tell where your accent's from. It's like from neither place now.
Yeah, it goes back and forth.
Yeah.
But he's like, "No, I said tattoo," and then he started telling a story like 2 minutes later, and he said to do again. I said, "Bitch, no, you said it again." He goes, "Fuck, I don't even realize I'm doing it." So, but when you have those kind of conversations, that's how you get mentioned first.
Yeah, right.
Just be more personal, Dennis. That's all you got to be.
You're a dick.
And I wanted to say that, and not only is with the Shartcuterie board, I eat bruschetto too. That's the other.
I saw that in the notes, and I didn't even understand what the fuck you were talking about. Bruschetto.
That's right.
Did you mean bruschetta?
Yeah. Same thing. I ordered a Shartcuterie board with bruschetto.
You know what I'm going to buy you? A dictionary.
Just you buy whatever you want. I ain't going to use it. I have a very, very, very high level of, attention deficit. It doesn't matter. When I need it, it ain't going to be there.
Spelling challenged.
Yeah. That's what they always said. You're so talented. You just don't try. Fuck you. I remember that word.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, that's funny.
All
right,
right,
buddy. Well, I think that's it, man. Yeah, stay tuned next week. I think we are trying to put together something cool for you guys. And you're having something Saturday?
I probably not. I think most people are busy, so I think we're gonna low key it instead. So
okay, perfect. Then I'll be over because I gotta do some things. So I'll see you this weekend, homie.
All right, can't wait.
All right. And that's a wrap.